Taika's what we call talented. But the one thing I'm going to say is I keep hearing from people that there were a ton of deleted scenes. Mm-hmm. So I am curious if you could put something back in the movie that you shot that wasn't in it, what would you put?
Well, this isn't even me saying it, but there, can I say, when does this,
I can hold it till after release if you would like.
I can't say, Steve, but there's a lot in the movie that I would put back in, but nothing salacious, nothing crazy. I think what actually exists in the movie is fantastic, and maybe things will be released in the future in other ways.
Yes, I'm very much hoping for that.
Yeah.
One of the things that I love about this is it's clearly Taika's imagination running wild on screen. I love this. What is it actually like to work with him and see this kind of, the way he works on set and like what the energy that he brings to something like this?
I think there's a fair amount of organized chaos, which apparently comedy is the introduction of chaos into an ordered system. So it sort of makes sense that we work the other way around, that we first create the chaos and then, this is what Taika does, I think, is creates the chaos and then after creates the order. So it's sort of like you have fair game to go down whatever rabbit hole seems to be the most intriguing, interesting. It's like we're always trying to get ourselves on the precipice of breaking, of it being so funny that we can't contain ourselves. And then it's sort of after figuring out no, actually we need to pare this back because we need to understand story, we need to understand stakes. But it's kind of this, imaginative space to go there if you were doing it the other way around and trying to sort of in a really didactic way tell a story and then infuse a sense of play and chaos. It's kind of harder to get there in a weird way, if that makes sense.
Completely. Was this your first time working with the volume technology?
This was not my first time, actually, because we work with it on Westworld a little bit. So I had been around it in that context.
I was going to say, I've heard of that show as well.
Yeah.
That one's also kind of good. But I am curious, with that technology, because I've seen clips and I've spoken to a lot of people that use it.
Yeah.
It does, and I hate the term game changer, but it is such a revolution in the way you can tell stories.
It is. It's really, really immersive. Because for people that don't understand, it's essentially you're inside of the picture, so the backdrop, instead of it just being a green screen or a blue screen, you're inside of the actual environment, and it's moving, and it also creates light and shadow and dimension. So it's fabulous. But the thing that, all the technology is amazing. The thing that I still feel so wowed by in the context of making these movies is all the practical stuff. New Asgard, they built that town, in the middle of Australia somewhere. And it's you go into all the little bars and nooks and crannies of the town, and it feels like you are in some Norwegian seaside town. And that's the artistry, that's human hands. And all the incredible things that people do with, the CG world in the digital space is just human brain mastery, but I still all the stuff that's made with hands, I'm just a sucker for.
Yeah, I would have, I wish they would save that kind of stuff so fans could actually go and visit.
I know. New Asgard would really, it would have really, I thought that so much with just being there. I was God, fans would love to be here. This is so cool.
On that note, I need to go. I'm just going to say, seriously, congrats, and I wish you nothing but the best.